Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys something extremely special here. This is a 2021 Toyota Corolla Apex SE here. Toyota will be offering this with two different trim levels of the Apex, which is the SE and the XSE, and they will only be building 6,000 units here of the Apex, and only 120 of those will be equipped with a manual transmission. So if you guys are looking to get that manual transmission, you have to check out your local Toyota dealership and see if they have one in stock. The rest of the units will be equipped with a CVT transmission. But I would like to give a special thanks to South Dade Toyota for providing with the Toyota Corolla Apex. If you're in the market for a Toyota, you can come check out South Dade Toyota and ask for Wilford. He will get you into a new or pre-owned vehicle. But let's kick this review off underneath the hood here of the Corolla Apex here. Open up the hood. This has that 2-liter 4-cylinder here. This makes 169 horsepower and 151 pound-feet of torque. Like I mentioned, Toyota will only be building 120 of those with a manual transmission. Fuel economy here for this 2-liter is rated at 31 in the city, 38 on the highway, and 34 combined. So this powertrain is really fuel efficient. If you guys are looking to get over 40 miles to the gallon, Toyota will sell you a hybrid powertrain if you guys are looking to get that better MPG. But shedding the hood here of the Corolla Apex here, let's talk about the exterior styling. If you guys know me, I'm not a big fan here of the Corolla styling. Looking at these headlights here, they're going to be standard LEDs with an automatic low and high beam, with an LED turn signal, with an LED daytime running light. And there's also the script here, which is the LED fault light. There's some bronze here in the front fascia around the fault light housing here. There's this mesh grille, which I think looks really good. That's the blacked out Toyota emblem there. And Toyota calls this exterior paint here the black sand pearl paint, which looks really good. Also, I like to equip with that two-tone color combination. The Corolla here does look very low compared to a normal Corolla, but let's make our way to the side profile here and take a look at these tires and wheels here. This does have the black finish here. These tires are a 225/40 Michelin tire. The wrap in is 18-inch rims. I like the multi-spoke here with the gloss black finish. This is LED side marker, and Toyota does not offer a standard sunroof here on the Corolla. The wheelbase for the Corolla is at 106.3 inches with an overall length of 182.5 inches. But making our way to the rear here of the Corolla Apex, there's the blacked out Corolla badge here. There's the blacked out Toyota emblem there. There's the blacked out Apex badge. I also like the rear diffuser here with that bronze treatment. You also get some bronze on the side skirts there. These taillights here are going to be an incandescent design with an incandescent turn signal, brake light, and reverse light. But open up the cargo bag here. Open up the trunk. It does have the hinges to crush your cargo, and Toyota says you get 13.1 cubic feet of space. And you can also fold the seats down to do a 60-40 split. Sitting inside the interior of the Corolla Apex SE, looking at this interior here, I do like this two-tone color combination. It looks really good. I like the simple layout here, but shedding the door and starting up the Apex here, you guys can hear that 2-liter 4-cylinder will come to life. Looking at the door panel materials here, is going to be a soft touch material. There's this aluminum accented door handle. It is automatic up, automatic down for windows. The lock controls and window controls are here. Down here is going to be additional storage and cup holder space. Over here is the dimmer switches with the automatic high beam switch. There's a bunch of blink buttons here. This is a manual tilt and telescoping wheel. It does offer a decent amount of range and adjustability. Over here is some controls for this small LCD display here. Looking here, this is for the driver's assistance, which includes 4 collision warning with adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist. The radio presets are there. Looking over here is the headlight and turn signal stock with the wind wiper stock there. Of course, you guys know this is a push button start. Looking here at this infotainment system here, this is an 8-inch display. There's this floating tablet style here. As you guys can see, there's a home menu, audio, map, sync, track, phone, and apps. There's shortcut buttons. There's a volume and tune knob there. Looking at the Google Maps here, it does take up the whole entire 8-inch display. Going back here to the Apple interface here. Very fast to touch response here. Going here to the Toyota interface, as you guys can see. You guys can also change this color just in case you guys don't like this black or dark blue theme there. You can change it to a gray or white. Whatever your choice of color is, you can change it because it's very customizable. But looking down here, is the hazard switch, the air vents are there. This does have dual climate control. There's some hard buttons here to change the actual fan speed. This area is going to be a nice soft touch material with some stitching. The upper part of the dashboard is going to be a soft touch material. There's some aluminum painted trim there. This cabin does feel semi-spacious, to be completely honest with you guys. Over here is going to be an area for your phone. My iPhone 12 Pro Max does fit if it's not connected to the actual USB port. Looking down here is going to be a sport mode, stability control. Putting the Corolla into reverse here, it does reveal a backup camera. There's no trajectory, but there is distance markers. Kicking it down here over to the left, there's a manual mode in the transmission. Like I mentioned, Toyota will only be making 120 units for the manual Apex. So if you guys are looking to get that, you guys have to check out your local Toyota dealership in order to get that 6-speed manual. Looking over here, there's electronic parking brake, auto hold. There's a bunch of black piano plastic here, so it's going to leave fingerprints. So you guys, if you have OCD, you guys are going to constantly keep wiping this down. But there is some aluminum painted trim. There's 2 cup holders here. This area is going to be nice and padded. It does reveal a shallow amount of storage with a USB port with a 12-volt. The seats in here, they're supportive, they're comfortable. I like the way that they feel and look. And above me, there's no standard sunroof or panoramic sunroof here. The lighting is going to be incandescent. But overall, this cabin is very upscale. I like the way that it looks, very simple layout. But keep in mind, if you guys are looking to get that manual, you guys have to check out your local Toyota dealership and see if they have one in stock. Getting into the back seat here of the Corolla Apex here, this car does have a low step-in height, but shutting the door here, the materials are going to be hard touch plastic. There's going to be one mat pocket back here for storage. There's no air vents back here or no charging ports. The floor back here is semi-flat. You can fit 3 people across, and Toyota says you get 34.8 inches of legroom here in the back seat of the Corolla Apex. Pulling this armrest down here, it does reveal 2 cup holders. So starting off in the 2021 Corolla Apex SE here, Toyota will offer this with another trim level, which is the XSE. And keep in mind, they're only building 6,000 units here, the Apex, and 120 of those units are going to be a manual transmission. So if you guys love manuals, I recommend calling up your local Toyota dealership and see if you can get your hands on that manual transmission. Me, honestly, I don't know how to drive a manual transmission. I'm still in the works of learning how to get everything down in a sense. But let's put this Corolla here into sport mode here, and I'm going to turn off the traction control. And keep in mind, this is front wheel drive. Don't get me wrong, this car does get up to speed somewhat pretty decent. This is a 2-liter 4-cylinder. This makes 169 horsepower and 151 pound-feet of torque. It's hooked up to a CVT transmission. Like I mentioned, you guys can get that 6-speed manual. You have to call up your local Toyota dealership and see if they have one in stock. Fuel economy here for this 2-liter 4-cylinder is at 31 in the city, 38 on the highway, and 34 combined. Since this is the Apex model, the suspension here is very bouncy and you feel every single bump in the road. So if you guys are looking for a more soft driving Corolla, I would look at another trim level besides the Apex, because here in Miami, we don't have the best roads and you legit feel every single bump in the road. And there's a beautiful Corvette C8. Wow. I'm sorry. I know I'm talking about the Corolla here, but holy crap, that Corvette is really nice. But back to the Apex here. The car rides really good, but the suspension just feels very firm and very harsh. I just can't get over the simple fact that this car has a suspension that feels this firm. But tackling some corner there, as you guys can see, the car does handle very well. It keeps you in place, but I don't like that the car is holding the somewhat revs in a sense, because it's a CVT, and of course you guys know CVTs, they like to fake the ratios and gears and whatnot. But visibility out of the Corolla here is really good. You have a good commanding view of the road. I like that this does have the cloth seats in here. They feel supportive and very comfortable. This does have Toyota Safety Sense 2.0, so that does include pre-collision assist with forward collision warning, lane keep assist, also with blind spot monitoring. So Toyota does keep you and your family safe on short or long commutes around town. The materials in here are very nice to touch. It does offer this 8-inch display. It does support Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. But only thing I'm going to say about this car is the powertrain is a little bit raspy. You can hear how it likes to hold the revs. And the suspension here, honestly, does not feel the best. It feels too firm for me. That's why I said you guys should look at buying another Corolla if you guys are looking to get a softer suspension, because honestly, if you guys test drove this car, you legit feel every single bump in the road, and that's not good if you guys drive every day to work and the roads are unpaved or they have imperfections in the road. But noise wise, the cabin is quiet, but I do hear a little bit of road noise though, and a little bit of wind noise. It's somewhat kind of windy today, but if I put my foot down, that powertrain is buzzy. But those are my two complaints. Is this thing likes to hold the revs, quote unquote hold the revs, and just the suspension is just too firm for my liking. I just can't get past the simple fact that this suspension feels this harsh. But if you guys are looking to purchase a Corolla Apex, be sure to call your local Toyota dealership and see if they have one in stock. After spending time with the 2021 Corolla Apex here, starting price for the Apex is at $25,170 with the options and accessories, including destination. The Apex stickers for $27,268. Hope you guys have enjoyed this review here on the Corolla Apex. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at Drive1Reviews and hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you all in the next review.